93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Not the quiet day at the library that some people were expecting. Some scattered showers showing up on radar this afternoon. You have the possibility that you could have some severe weather through the evening and possibly overnight and into tomorrow, too, says the National Weather Service. Right now it's 69 on Monument Circle. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending at 6:02. Police say 18-year-old Emiliano Cuevas Bravo of Seymour came into the Jackson County Library just before noon.
Was carrying a long gun of some kind. Fired at least one shot initially upon entering the library.
Sergeant Stephen Wheelis, Indiana State Police, says after firing a shot that broke glass, which injured an employee, Bravo went upstairs where a patron took him down.
Start to finish, we're looking at, under 2 minutes that it took for police to have him in custody.
Bravo is charged with attempted murder and criminal recklessness. Police are not discussing a motive. What may be human remains discovered shortly after 10 this morning on the east side of Indy. Indy Metro Police say they used a cadaver dog to help find all of the remains at Lexington and South Irvington Avenues. No cause or manner of death determined yet. Some Hoosiers say federal agents are kidnapping illegal immigrants off the streets and sending them away. Ryan Hedrick shares what one woman says she's doing about it.
Lots of people stood outside of a federal building in Evansville Tuesday saying that it was wrong to send illegal immigrants back to where they were born.
We know this is the first step in many authoritarian governments.
Wendy Breadhold with Indiana Indivisible organized the event.
They take people and they demonize them. They start with one group, they started in on trans people.
And now she's asking Hoosier political leaders not to vote for any bill that supports deportations. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute. The company may be boring, but what they do isn't. With news from the Tennessee News Channel, I'm Chris Davis.
Soon, Nashville will be home to the Music City Loop.
Governor Bill Lee with the Monday announcement of a tunnel from the airport to downtown Nashville from Elon Musk's company.
The Boring Company is developing the most cutting-edge transit systems in the world, and they could have taken their next underground loop anywhere, but they saw something unique about Tennessee.
Some projections say it could be operational in just over a year.
We're grateful that we were able to save a portion of this home. We're grateful that the mother and the other child were able to still be here with us.
That mom's 2 4-year-old children died in a fire at a house near Percy Priest Lake in Hermitage Monday. Kendra Loney with the Metro Nashville Fire Department says the kids were pulled out of the house about 4:30 Monday morning.
Hopefully there are some lessons that others can learn from this incident today.
Now the job is to find out what caused the fire. 2 people apparently shot each other Monday afternoon about 2 in Spring Hill at the Worthington Glen Apartments. That's according to the police department, who said there was no danger to the public. Police have ID'd them only as 2 adults. The curtains were blacked out and people on West Burton Street were suspicious. So about 2 months ago, they called the cops. Monday, Murfreesboro police announced that an illegal casino had been busted inside that business and 2 people had been taken to jail charged with operating the place. You're up to date with news from the Tennessee News Channel. I'm Chris Davis. The meaning of Byron Black's execution. You've got news from the Tennessee News Channel. I'm Chris Davis.
He was groaning in pain, saying, whew, a lot.
Catherine Sweeney, health reporter for WPLN and witness to the execution. It was the first documented lethal injection where the person had an implanted defibrillator, and it took about 15 minutes. After, the victim's family had a representative read their statements.
37 years is too long, and it's not our fault. He got to take that up with the Master, the Redeemer. He brought this on himself.
Black died 10:43 Tuesday morning. Also Tuesday morning in Jackson, Austin Drummond, accused killer of 4, was put in cuffs.
We took advantage of that quickly evolving situation and made the arrest at 9:05 a.m.
Jackson Police Chief Tom Corley says citizens saw Drummond and told police.
I'd like to introduce you right now to Officer Trout, Officer Compton, and Officer Drown. They were there and reacted immediately and are responsible for the apprehension of Austin Drummond.
He had been staying in a vacant pool house, but still coming outside. A woman was hit and killed by an 18-year-old man driving a pickup shortly before 11:30 Tuesday morning while she crossed Old Fort Parkway in Murfreesboro, police say, at a crosswalk. It was unclear if the driver will be charged. You can still see Pinky the elephant, but at Clean Getaway Auto Wash on Charlotte Pike, just down from where he stood for years at a car dealership, thanks to to guitar repairman Spencer Connell. News 2 reports Connell fixed Pinky's holes, repaired and repainted him, and he'll stand now as a symbol of car cleanliness. You're up to date with news from the Tennessee News Channel. I'm Chris Davis. You've got news on 103.9 WIAB. I'm Chris Davis.
They betrayed the trust that the public placed in them, disgraced the badge.
Andrew Bailey, Deputy FBI Director in Mississippi, Thursday to announce the drug-related arrest of 14 cops in the Delta, which included Washington County Sheriff Milton Gaston, Humphreys County Sheriff Bruce Williams, and Sunflower County Chief Deputy Marvin Flowers.
This corruption permeated all levels. It extended across multiple counties and multiple jurisdictions in the state of Mississippi and beyond.
Other cops arrested included Brandon Addison with Hollandale Police, also Jabari Howard with Metcalf Police.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A deputy involved, a man shot dead outside the Hendricks County Courthouse in Danville. Radar is showing some rain in central Indiana. Mostly it's light rain. You do have some stronger storms off to the northeast. It's 59 on Monument Circle. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending for Moss Roofing. The shooting this afternoon outside the Hendricks County Courthouse in Danville. Captain Jim Yetter is a spokesperson for the Sheriff's Department.
I can confirm that, yes, we are on the scene outside the courthouse of an officer-involved shooting. The suspect was shot, but no one else is injured, and the scene is secured, so there's no danger to the community.
WIBC News spoke with Indiana State Police Sergeant John Perrine, who confirmed that 2 deputies were actually involved in the shooting. They were helping transport some inmates to the courthouse for court proceedings. Those inmates were taken inside the courthouse once that person confronted deputies and was shot.
This is not a time to keep your mouth closed. It's a time you open your mouth. You can save a lot of lives if you open your mouth and tell us what you have seen.
Leland Mayor John Lee from a press conference this weekend. 6 people died in that Delta City, the site of the shooting of 16 people in total, and so far no arrests. People were also shot over football games at Heidelberg, at Jackson State's homecoming, and at Alcorn. And Governor Tate Reeves reposted a tweet from FBI Director Kash Patel saying they are getting the FBI ready to help Mississippi authorities find who is responsible. In Rolling Fork, the sheriff there says 2 people have been arrested in the shooting outside the South Delta High School football game from Friday.
His heart in his hand.
For people who work in radio, life is a series of gigs. For Dick Lofton, a career radio man, his final gig was as a newsman at KRMG in Tulsa. That's where he and I crossed paths and became friends and colleagues. His latest gig, though, was a lifelong ambition: to make a record. And today, you'll hear his story and how a record with heart came to be. It's called Souvenirs.
Yeah, I was diagnosed with liver disease in 2020. And you get a punch in the nose like that, and you start thinking about, wow, I mean, this is very serious, and it could be something that takes me out. And you start thinking of all the things you didn't do.
When you play on the club circuit, you're not necessarily commanding a huge fee. You were talking about some of the artists maybe looking out at the crowd, seeing, fewer than 100 people and saying, why the heck am I doing this? How does an artist continue on when they are trying to make a living at something that is just maybe only barely paying the bills?
A number have had day jobs. Eddie Cotton, who is the first of the 9 features in the book, talks about that a lot. He and Zach Harmon and everybody else say that you put on the best show for those 15 people or those 40 people you can. You make eye contact with them, and you get across to them that you are giving everything you have for them in that moment. And it can be a pretty tough living.
I guess it was a little over a year ago after the president went into hospice when we initially had a conversation about this. I remembered you talking about the massive presence of the Secret Service. I don't know if it was back then what it is now, but these guys kind of invaded any part of Yazoo City where the president was or was going to be.
Oh, yeah, they checked out everything. They even had, they had decoy cars and so forth.
Kent Buckley is a former radio broadcaster from Yazoo City. At the time, he was home from college and working for the summer for the Yazoo City Public Schools. The town meeting that would host Carter would take place at the brand new Yazoo City High School.
I think someone actually drove the president to Owen Cooper's house in a personal car, and he was not even in one of the presidential limousines as a decoy.